4 things you can do today to get started with your health, fitness, whatever your goal is right now, even with Christmas social events in the way, okay? So I always talk about making this as doable as possible, right? Something that the monkey on the shoulder cannot say, oh yeah, but you won't be able to stick to that, all these things. And actually you just need to tell the monkey on the shoulder that you're just doing it today. That's what you're doing it for today. But these things will lower those expectations so low that it's difficult to not get started with it. And that's the key thing. Once you get started, you build momentum. So the first 2 are quite linked together. And I'll be honest here. If I actually stuck to these, morning Bernadette, morning Debbie. If I actually stuck to these, I would save a hell of a lot of calories. I'd probably enjoy the food more. And this is me, by the way. So I'm not saying that the first 2 will definitely work for you, because it might be that you actually need to get calories in at certain times. Maybe you're driving, maybe you're on the go a lot, and that's fine. But if you're struggling with perhaps boredom eating, overeating, this is quite a key thing, okay? And these 2, number 1, the first 2, is only eat when you're sat down. Only eat when you're sat down. Now, this sounds really obvious, but when I eat when I'm sat down, I'm more mindful and conscious of what I'm eating, rather than perhaps the licks, the bites, the tastes while I'm cooking, right? You've only got to watch our weekly Friday night cooking, what we do. And, we're on videos like, chopping carrots, and that's fine. But if we're really struggling to lose body fat and we're like, you're generally eat healthy, and then we really look at these little habits that we do, regardless of low carb, low fat, fruitarian, vegetarian, vegan, keto, carnivore, regardless of that, let's have a look at these habits, these little things that we do. If you really observe people in a coffee shop, you'll get some person who has their latte and they finish their latte, they put it down. The other person who spoons out the bottom and drinks it. That's me. So everyone has these little things. But anyway, I digress. Only eat when you're sat down. Hey Sue, good morning. Hey Carol. And see how you get on today. There's something you can do today. Just have a rule today. Right, sit down. And couple that with this one, which is I won't eat out of a packet. So I'll eat out of crockery, like bowls, plates. And it's funny, this just came into my mind yesterday. So I was having a chat with someone who's on our education course, actually, about this and about some of the habits that we've been working on with some of the ladies who have just started our November program. And they're really simple, but overly powerful and almost mind-blowing when you really do them and make in a conscious state. And yesterday I was literally making yogurt and blueberries for the kids and me, and I found myself going, right, I'm going to have a spoonful as I prepare it and a handful of blueberries as I prepare it. And I was like, wow, when my brain's on it, and it's just so easy, I'm meant to master these things, right? But if my brain's not on it and I'm in autopilot mode, my brain will go, oh, yogurt, nice, oh, blueberries, or the monkey on the shoulder will. And yes, of course, it might not be an issue for me, but over time that could be. And actually I enjoy it more if I'm sat down with the kids eating out of the bowl rather than eating out of there, than actually perhaps teaching them a habit where I'm saying, oh, sit down when you're eating. Make sure when you're eating, you sat down and test. Hang on a minute, you just had blueberries and yogurt while you're on the side. You ate straight out of the tub. Yeah, calling myself out here. So they're the first 2. I want you to couple them. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try them, if that's something that you can do. The next 2 are a bit more psychological, okay? And the first one of this is to do something fun for you each day. And I don't mean, it doesn't have to be super huge. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? It doesn't have to be like this super huge thing. What I would do is grab a pen and paper, note down, I feel happy when. I feel happy when. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick 5 things that make you feel happy. If you don't know what they are, that's great. You've got a clean plate. You can just make stuff up and try them then. You have to try them first. It could be listening to my favorite song. It could be going for a walk. It could be having a bath. It could be reading a book, ringing a friend, deep breathing, having a nap, meditating, crochet, whatever it is, playing an instrument, whatever it is. Do something I feel happy when, and do that one thing at some point. Why? Well, this releases endorphins, perhaps similar than the monkey on the shoulder will tell you that you get from food. Only the difference is when you finish, you don't have another problem. The difference when you finish that, you probably have less problems. AKA, if you binge eat and you had 4 problems, you now perhaps have 5 problems. And the thing with this is when we're in that habit, we maybe say things, or the monkey on our shoulder says things like, I deserve it. I deserve to have a treat. And that's fine. If you're eating to feel better and you do feel better, truly feel better, then that's great. But if it actually just keeps making you feel worse and afterwards, and then you're like, oh, I feel rubbish now, I don't sleep as well, may as well have felt, like, all these things come into our head. We've got to think, what makes us actually, and really get curious here, rather than beating ourselves up, rather than critical, just get curious. What went on there? Why did I think that I needed to treat myself with food that then made me feel worse? Because these things that make us feel happy can also actually release the endorphins that we thought we would have got from food. Sue, have let slip eating out of a dish, not walking around. Good habit to be reminded of. Yeah, absolutely. And we have got a pre-Christmas habit challenge coming up soon, which is going to be things like this, a little bit different, but things like this that you can just add into your routine, okay? So I'll be announcing that in our group soon, shortly. And if you want in on that, by the way, let me know, and I can get you more details on that. That's our pre-Christmas program. So the last one is linked to our sleep. We know that stress essentially increases or escalates feelings of tiredness. When we're tired and we have low energy, we tend to perceive foods as more rewarding than they actually are. So we may look at cooking and go, oh, I really fancy cooking, but more so than normal. Hey, Joss, more so than normal. Leading to that, oh, I feel like I failed again, I have no willpower, but actually it was because we're not perhaps protecting our energy. And just one simple thing that you can do today with this, you can actually couple them together if you want to, is to write down at least one thing that you did well today. Why? Well, if your attention isn't on searching for something that you did well, by default, it's going to be on something that you didn't do well. And that is actually draining, perhaps subconsciously, but draining, exhausting, can increase tiredness. And to go alongside of that, get outside, get some daylight, get some sunlight, but just daylight, get outside in the day, move. Like that, it sounds really simple, I know. And it's probably sometimes the last thing you want to do if it's cold, wet. But sometimes the last thing you want to do is the thing that we need to do. And the more you do something today, the more likely you are to do tomorrow. So I hope that helps. Just a few things that you can get started with straight away. And if you want some more accountability with this, more of a plan, we are going through our habit challenge, pre-Christmas habit challenge. It will probably start around 20th of November. If you want more information about that, do comment below with Christmas. Yeah, let's get Christmas in the comments. As I've seen Costa doing their Christmas cups. I don't think the music's on yet, which is a bit disappointing, but not long now. Anyway, hold tight. Any questions, as always, let us know. If you found this helpful, like, share it. Always appreciate that. And any questions, just let me know. Have an awesome Sunday, and I'll see you soon.